Hey everyone! So, Sebum Distribution and water-only hair care is today's subject, and I'm really excited about it because, as it turns out, it's fairly significant. Because when you wash hair with just water, sebum becomes your conditioner, and it's an amazing conditioner as long as you clarify with distilled water. But before I cut all my hair off in January, and when I did that, before that, I've been growing it in for about 5 years, I think, so for that rate of growth, I should have had hair, like, fairly well down below my nipples, but I hadn't taken completely good care of it, so I had layers going from my collarbone. My longest hair is going all the way down to my belly button if I pulled them out. So I clearly had some stunted growth problems because when I checked the hair only down to my collarbone, it was coming from my crown, the nape of my neck in the back, and my forehead. That that was kind of concerning. But when I cut my hair off, these are the areas I'm focusing on to figure out, how can I make my hair healthier? And it's been interesting. Over the past year, I found that the hair on my forehead and the crown has been dry, and the hair on my nape of my neck has been clogged with oil. So I've been tackling these problems, and it's come down to sebum distribution, which is what I'm here talking about. So, the first problem I tackled was my cowlick. So, everyone's hair grows in a certain direction. So, the natural grain of my hair is clockwise. Apparently, most people's hair grows in clockwise, so this way. So, in other words, like this. But when I was a kid, my barber trained a cowlick into my hair. And so every time I got a haircut, he would end it by doing this over and over again with some gel or something, and eventually my hair would just always do this. And if I tried to pull it up and pull it down, it would just kind of stick up, and I'd have to always do that. But that's not true anymore. I can actually do this. And it's really cool. But as I found out, that cowlick was preventing sebum production on my forehead. So as I spent a few months getting rid of that cowlick, and as soon as I got rid of it, I found I was getting pimples. I got a few pimples right here. As soon as I got rid of that completely. And so I started to go in and pop them, and as they went away, I got a huge boost of sebum from those pimples, obviously, that flooded my forehead with oil. And that sounds gross, I know, but you have to understand, last year, the hair on my forehead was extremely dry and stiff. It was making flakes, and it was a little painful to touch or move or anything, and it was just really unhealthy, and I was experiencing really fast hair loss there on my forehead. And after that initial burst of oil came from those pimples going away, this hair isn't dried out and crackly and painful anymore. Now it's just so soft and healthy. And it turned out that cowlick, this entire area, was dry because of the cowlick. The cowlick was preventing sebum from reaching that area because it was going in the opposite direction my hair naturally grows in, if you got that right there. And it's in fact to the point where for the past month or two, I've been experiencing some regrowth, which you're never going to pick up on camera, like right here. You might be able to see that. Like right on top there. And at first I always thought it was crazy, but it's been a couple of months now, and that hair is visibly longer, and that part of my scalp that used to just be bare scalp now clearly has some hairs growing on. It's not a lot, but it's visible regrowth, which is a really big deal, because that shows that the distribution of sebum is heavily related to the health of your hair and the growth of your hair. And if your sebum is unevenly distributed, it's going to exacerbate any hair loss, and it's going to cause you hair problems that it's going to stunt your growth and other such things like that. So when I finish washing my hair and the oil comes back in, it comes in more evenly distributed now. So what I'm doing is very clearly, to me, improving the health of my hair. So if you're struggling with your hair, if you're trying to get into water only, or if you're, anything like that, then I highly recommend paying attention to sebum distribution in your hair and seeing where it comes in most and where it doesn't come in at all, and trying to even out that distribution, because that's going to drastically improve the health of your hair and increase your growth rate and all these fun, delicious things. So I hope this story time has helped you, and we'll see where all this takes me from now on. Bye.